Nike ZoomX and React are two of the most celebrated midsoles available in running shoes today. But how do they compare head to head? Today let's explore the Nike Invincible Run versus Nike Infinity React 2. Hey, what's poppin'? Jordan Thomas. I hope you and yours are staying safe wherever you are. Today I'm back with a fresh video comparing the Nike ZoomX Invincible versus Nike Infinity React 2. I've been fortunate to spend just over 75 plus miles in Nike Invincible and then over 125 miles in the Infinity React 2. So I think I've got these two shoes figured out, and I want you to be able to understand how you would use either of these shoes in your running shoe rotation. So let's begin with the price. Coming in at $180 and $169 respectively, these definitely represent two of the more premium available running shoes. The question I have though, when you look at a shoe at that price is, what are you getting for that price? For the React Infinity 2, you're getting a pretty versatile midsole. You can take it down as fast as like 3K pace, all the way up through recovery type pace. I found the responsiveness to be pretty decent in that when I wanted to go a little bit faster, it was pretty easy to transition. And then when I needed to slow down, I was able to do that as well. When it comes to how I would describe the overall ride, I would say it's kind of like in that medium type of firmness. So not like too soft, but not too hard. And then we just look at the amount of foam that's available in the React Infinity 2. You got 33 millimeters at its highest point. When you compare that to something like the Nike Pegasus 37, which I think runs around like 24 millimeters. Now, when it comes to the ZoomX Invincible, for most of us, when we think about ZoomX, we think about speed. However, in this particular instance, it's used for comfort. And so I found that this shoe, you could take it down to maybe as low as like 5K, 10K type pace, but the amount of effort that you had to put into this shoe was a bit more than I would have liked. However, when it came to easier type of runs, that is where this shoe definitely shined. Anything that I was on my feet for more than an hour, my feet were certainly super appreciative. I don't think that they're squishy, but I do think they are very like soft, kind of bouncy type of ride. Now, one thing that is unmatched in these shoes is the fresh feeling that you get after a run. And with these, you're getting even more foam, another millimeter or so compared to the React 2. So you got 34 millimeters at its highest point. Now, outsole. I love the outsole on the Invincible Run. The fact that they're using a mini waffle pattern not only is unique, it's innovative, it sets the shoe up for a longer bit of durability. I do wonder how much weight is being added to it because of that, but because of that high level of traction when it came to the road, track, trail, grass, I felt like I had a good level of overall stability. Now, when it comes to the React 2, I like the fact that there is like a smoother type of rubber, lends itself towards that multi-pace type of efforts. I like that it doesn't wear down as fast, and I like the fact that there's just strategic placement of the rubber throughout so that you're not getting any more rubber than you need at any one spot. Although I would say the edge for this, for me, definitely goes to the ZoomX Invincible. I'm a big fan of the waffle pattern. So now let's talk about the upper. One of the things we have to address when talking about these two shoes is both of them use Flyknit, but the way that they use them are unique. And I think that I would love for Nike to differentiate between the two, because just calling every upper Flyknit is wildly confusing. So I'll begin with the React Infinity 2. The Flyknit here feels more like a synthetic type of material. While it does have some breathability and some reinforcement in the toe box, this to me just felt not as great just on the material itself. However, I do think the other elements, such as like the wider toe box, the addition of a fly wire now, a padded tongue, as well as a padded collar, help create a better overall fit than last year's version. Comparing that now to the Invincible, I feel like the material of the shoes in this particular Flyknit actually does feel better. I do feel like it's a heavier material. I do believe that it is still super breathable. And I think that the way that the lacing and collar and the tongue are set up on here feel more like a cohesive first round of something. And so if I was gonna pick one of the two, I would pick the Invincible only because I can make some adjustments and get the fit the right way that I want. Now, when it comes to fit, yes, you get a generous toe box. I have a narrower foot, so I feel like I have a lot of room in there. When it comes to the midfoot in each of these, I do appreciate the Invincible Run a bit more because there's a lot of lacing. It's a traditional type of lacing system, so I'm able to get more of a customized fit. With the React Infinity 2, because of the more or less like one piece upper, while I'm able to get it a little bit tighter, I can't get it super snug. And then when it comes to the overall heel, I find that the additional padding in the Invincible is just more refined. Durability. One of the things that Nike React did last year and certainly keeps going this year is offering a midsole that just seems like it won't die. I was able to take the previous year's version well over 300 miles. I think I'm even close to 400 miles, and it's been well documented. A number of people have taken it to 400 or 500 miles. These, to me, after 125 miles, are just as good as I originally started them. With the Invincible run, I'm 75 plus miles in. The ZoomX, to me, doesn't feel like it's flattening out or anything like that. I do wonder, based off of the outsole, I'm noticing some wearing in some different areas. I don't know if that's just the way my foot is landing, or like the little mini peg was just like very small on the waffle pattern, but that's something I want to be mindful of. In terms of like the overall like construction of both of these shoes, when it comes to durability, both of them are set up to last a long time. I think with the improvements to the collar in the React 2, I think people will get even more enjoyment over a longer period of time. I think that with the Invincible run, where I think that there's maybe too much overall material in some areas, I do think there might be some opportunities where there's additional padding that might be there for durability reasons. And so right now, I would say the edge, just based off what I know right now, is gonna go to the React Infinity 2. When it comes to weight, honestly, it's pretty negligible. I think it's like 4 grams or whatever that equivalent is, in ounces in difference between the two. But if you just wanna pick one in terms of weight, Epic React Infinity 2 is definitely lighter. My rotation recommendation is the following. If you're looking for a shoe that can get you about 50 to 75% of your overall weekly mileage, something that's gonna give you a wide range of overall training paces and be accommodating to a number of different foot types, then I'd say choose the Nike React Infinity 2. Think of this in the same light that I would recommend Nike Pegasus 37, in that you can do most of your runs in this one shoe. Now, if you're looking for best in class at recovery, looking for the best premium materials that you can find in a particular shoe, then I'd say choose the Nike ZoomX Invincible. Think of this shoe as more of like a third or fourth shoe in an overall rotation. In terms of how I'm using these in my rotation, well, the Infinity React 2 is the shoe that I kind of sub in and out with the Pegasus. Instead of buying another pair of 37s, I just want to wait for the 38s to come out. And then when it comes to the ZoomX Invincible, to me, there's not a better recovery shoe available right now. And I don't know that there's one coming later this year. And so that is firmly planted in that spot in my overall rotation. If you want to check out another video, check this out, and I'll see you next time. Jordan Thomas, peace.